Hello, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Julie.
So now we're going to do an unboxing of Horizons of Spirit Island, which is a cooperative settler destruction strategy game.
Ooh.
So this is kind of a decolonization idea where settlers have damaged a lot of environments and cultures throughout history. So this is nature fighting back against that.
Very interesting.
I like the idea of it, especially being a social studies teacher and having my bachelor's and PhD from University of Arizona, which has a strong social justice program. But we did not get the original. This is the supposedly the more accessible version of Spirit Island. Supposedly it's less complex. I didn't want to play a game with a high complexity rating. I've played too many of those games in my early days, and I'd rather play more games than spend, in other words, it feels like work to play some of those games.
Because he really has to play for both of us, is what it boils down to.
So we thought we'd try this one, and we'll see that they do a good job of making this accessible to people who shop at Target.
Look how cool the art is, honey.
Right, it's the spirits of nature fighting back.
That's really neat.
And resisting, the destruction of their environment.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Okay, so.
No, it's in there.
All right. So you got two rule books, a quick start guide, and a full rule book. Now, the quick start guide, the idea behind this, even though it's 10 pages, is that it's supposedly going to make it easier for someone to jump on board and start playing it.
Oh.
The danger of doing this, based on my dissertation on writing rule books, is that you can have rules in here that are not in the main rule book. Okay, so you can have a situation, hopefully it's not the case, where you got to look at both rule books. That is very annoying if that's going to be the case.
Oh gosh.
And for those of you who have played the original Spirit Island, I'm not opposed to playing it. I just don't want to spend the time to learn it, set it up, and I think it's 2-3 hour, maybe even up to 4 hour game.
This game?
No, the original.
Oh, okay.
I would sit in maybe with a gaming group, but I'm not gonna. So we'll see how this is. I'm willing to try this one, and if we really enjoy it, maybe we do go to the original. So this is a quick setup. Here is the full rule book, and this is 30 pages.
Oh my goodness sakes!
And it has a glossary index and a reference. So that's good.
Look how shiny it is.
Yeah, it's laminated, which means but it can make it hard to highlight. That's the only problem. It has a table of contents, so right away they're doing certain things that are recommended for long rule books that are in. For those of you who don't know my research, there's a playlist. Here's the performance list to evaluate rule books. You can download this for free on my website. But they're doing the things that are recommended that I can see from a reference standpoint. I don't know how easy it is. Oh, look, it even has this here.
That's neat.
Now, that's being done more often now. That's nice to see.
Oh.
And they're showing the front and backs of cards. That's good.
That's helpful.
So these are things I notice as someone who's an expert in this area. See right here?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is.
Reference
I like
feature.
that. I was looking at the picture of the bear.
And again, artwork like this is cool as long as it doesn't inhibit referencing. Because when you need to find things, it can get in the way.
Oh, sure.
But it has a white background, which is nice. One of my pet peeves is rule books that have watermarks or really dark. This has nice contrast. It's not going to make me tired reading it, and the text size is nice and large. So I don't know if the original rule book was like this, but I'm seeing good things here.
Nice examples.
Yeah.
I don't know, this looks kind of complicated, honey.
Well, it is complicated, but not as complicated as the original, supposedly.
This is giving me stress.
Well, you're not going to have to learn it.
I know, but you're going to have to teach me and be patient with me learning it, and it looks very stressful.
Well, it is cooperative.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, that's
okay,
what we
that
do.
helps.
We do like cooperative games. And so it does go to page 23 here.
Oh.
So it's really, the interesting thing is it's kind of the fear and power effects, game concepts. Interesting. Could you, I guess you have to read all that if you want to really understand it deeply, because now you're getting the stuff that supports you, like the FAQ, solo player mode, tips and tricks, basic strategy, and then it gives some art here.
It's neat.
Glossary, index. That's nice.
It is nice.
At least from a reference standpoint. We'll see if there's any issues with it handling the core descriptions. And does it have enough examples?
Gotcha.
All right, so here are the characters you can choose from. It looks like.
Oh.
Okay, so let's go on your. Let's go on this camera here because this is
Alright.
more zoomed in. So this is the people we get to play that are resisting the settlers, and there is a backside. Interesting. Is that description? Well, here you show the next one. Just keep on thumbing through them and look at it. Yeah, the backside is set up and play style. And then it shows, hang on honey, I'm going to show this right here.
Okay, baby.
I guess it shows the differences of what this particular character focuses on. Offense, control, fear, defense, and utility. And these are stats that are in the original, because supposedly you can use these characters in the original. So by doing that, they are, even though this is supposed to be more accessible, they're committing themselves to having if you're going to have a character with all these things, right? What are they taking out of the original game to make it more accessible if you have to have all the stuff that, in other words, of these playable characters in the original, you're basically set playing with certain rules.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, I did the wrong camera.
That's okay.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead and turn it over.
Okay.
See how they have different charts here?
Mm-hmm.
If you were to line them up here. Here, move your
Oh,
mouse.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
Okay, so if somebody wanted to see how they compare.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
That's interesting.
The bear, seems the most balanced.
So I don't know how that works, but you can see they all have different stats.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's take a look at the counters.
Okay.
So here's the counter sheets. And I don't know, I mean, this is good thickness.
Yeah.
It's a decent quality cardstock. And everything's the same color except these.
Because there's only 3 players, it said.
Did it say 3 players?
On the direction thing.
Oh, okay. I forgot to say that.
Yeah.
It's 1 to 3 players, 14 and up, 90 to 120 minutes. Whereas the original, that's interesting that they would market a game and Target that's going to be still up to a 2-hour game.
This is going to be rough, you guys.
Well, we'll see. Again, I'm willing to try this one compared to the original, because the original is longer supposedly and more complex.
Jeepers.
Okay, so here's the board.
Oh, okay.
It's decent. It's a decent board.
Is it 2-sided, huh?
It looks like it. Okay, 8 fear pool, generated fear. You have fear discard, earned fear cards, fear. So you're trying to scare away the settlers, I guess. Terror level.
I have stuff down there, too.
You have stuff here. And it goes by arrows.
Yeah.
So this must be the AI deck. Explore, build, ravage, discard. So in other words, if they're going to be cutting down trees for lumber, you're not going to want that. Blight pool. If there is ever no blight here, you lose the game.
Wow.
Interesting. So it's kind of like your hit points, maybe your life. So yeah, it does look like it's a different size board. So this is probably the 3-player board. You have different terrain.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's a nice board.
Yeah.
And everything's the same on the edges. Except this says 12. It says 16. This says on the other side 8.
and
and 11. So a difference of 5 and 4, it looks like, if I did my math right. Terror level 1. The other side has a terror level 1. Okay. H, G, and F, so these are landing points, I guess, for the settlers.
Oh.
And only 2 landing points for this smaller board. There's a third landing point, probably for the third player.
Right.
Okay, some cardboard and some cards. Okay, so you should be able to open those.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you have these cards, and this is nice. It is a, it's called a linen. It's not really linen. It's a foil stamp. So they take a press sheet and they stamp it with a over the top. That's pretty nice quality for a game at this price point. So I don't know. I'll have different areas of the board. Yeah, this must be the deck that the explorers are coming on, because you have a 3, a 2. Are there different parts of the game?
I don't know.
And different phases of the game, I mean. So here's 1. And it must deal with different terrain.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the 2. And with the addition of coastal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3. Ah. So does it mean it's getting tougher?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. It's one of those, I guess you got to build up.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the settlers didn't all arrive at once.
Correct.
The Roanoke colony, for instance, disappeared. And then Jamestown was able to be successful.
Oh,
So the first English colony disappeared.
I see.
And then after Jamestown, more and more settlers came, like at Plymouth. All right, so you have a bunch of counters. There's enough here. There's 4 different colors, but there's 3 players, so I don't know how they're used. Do they represent the different
There's
abilities
only 3
you have?
colors, honey.
Oh, you're right. 3 colors, so maybe that's 1 for each player. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't add right. Okay. And they're decent. I mean, they didn't have to be wood. They could have been cardboard, so that's nice production.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and put those away.
Sure.
All right, so now we have these decks. We have this deck and this deck. Well, that's how they were in the shrink wrap. There's actually smaller decks in there. Here's the fear. I wonder. Okay, so we each have our own deck.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know what that is.
Interesting.
Power progressions. Okay, so each character has a power progression. Looks like their own reference card.
Yeah, I'll probably do different stuff. That's why.
Yeah. And then you have this here.
Interesting.
Terror. Okay, because on the board it has a terror level 1, it looks like. So then victory condition. So does that mean that the settlers are adding, you know, more towns and villages or whatever, and you got to destroy them?
Right.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. There's a side notation there too. So if you look at one of these reference cards, Sunbright Whirlwind, and I know some people are curious about this part of the game because you can use these creatures in the original. So I'll show it. So that was this guy. So for those of you who want to see what each one does, maybe we'll find out they're the same, but I don't think so. Do they look the same?
No. The only thing they have the same is they have minor actions. Even then, and then the major action is different, except forget a power. That's the same thing they have. Both say major, forget a power, but all the minor stuff is
Yeah, you're right.
different.
They're all different. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm taking time to show it. Because some people are probably thinking, do I really want to buy this game just to get 5 new characters to play? And that's this guy. I'll turn it back over. It's pretty creepy looking. Kind of reminds me of something like Dr. Seuss there a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now, if we look at their decks, this is what we try to do when we do unboxings. Because some of you are probably thinking, I don't see an unboxing where I get to see everything that comes with it. So there's a lot of icons there. That's why it has a 30-page rulebook. So I'll go through these real quick. You can always just pause if I'm going too fast. Because this is the part I know some people really want to know what these new creatures can do. Okay, so each one has 4. Okay. So here's this guy. I wonder how often you get to use these. So it looks like they used nature to fight back.
Mm.
This one's using an environment of sandstorms and heat.
Mm-hmm.
So here's this cat looking.
It's a bear.
Oh, a bear. Okay.
Well, to me, it looks like a bear.
Tangled growth. So again, the island's fighting back.
Yeah.
And these icons must indicate when they can use it or where.
Probably,
on the left.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's this one. The things in the tree. Boon of watchful guarding. Hopefully it handles all the edge cases. What that means, honey, is that when you have rules on cards like this, can you get a certain combination while you're playing the game that's not addressed in the rule book? Like, well, that's interesting. I'm not too sure how to handle it kind of situation.
Right.
I think this one probably did more fear. Talk about whispering and stuff like that. Ferocious rampage. Is this more physical attacks rather than nature? Huh. Okay, so those are all the are those major powers? I bet you those are major powers, and then here are minor powers that are more generic, that anybody can use. Mm-hmm. So I'll, oh no, yeah, these are all minor. Okay. Oh, here's major. Okay, here's minor, here's major, and I guess those are specific to the, so every game looks like it could be a little different. Based on, let's do major first.
Okay.
And I'm just going to put it up here. Too many cards to go through. And I bet you that it probably repeats some from the original anyway. But maybe not. For those of you who are watching this, You tell me down below how similar and different is this to the original.
It's a lot of cards.
And these are, yeah, these are also linen, but it's foil stamping, guys. The reason why I know about that, our first game had foil stamping in it, but it wasn't used with linen. So there you go. Those are the major powers. See how they have these icons on the side? I'm curious about how those were
used. They have
used.
different numbers like in the corner too.
Yeah. Okay, here you can
Sure.
take those, please. All right, here are the minors. Okay.
Yeah. I got it.
Okay. Minor powers. Nice art. I mean, there's some.
Oh yeah, the art's very pretty.
They definitely have.
It's kind of scary, but it's pretty colors.
Well, some of it can be scary, but remember, the spirits in this case are the heroes,
right?
Trying to protect their island.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of minor powers. And notice the numbers are smaller.
Yeah, I just see 0 and 1.
Yeah. So obviously there has to be an AI deck that we have to, which is either the fear in these cards to change the conditions of the game that we're going to be fighting against.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of these.
Looks like there's more of those than there are the major.
There is. Maybe you get more than one minor power and one major, you know?
Yeah.
Does it change through the game?
Guess we'll find out.
So there's all the minors. The Utes. Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
All right, so here are the fear cards.
Goodness.
Let's just clean it up. So the fear deck has a backing like this. And then, so yeah, see, this is the type of thing where you probably have to carry it out from top to bottom. Avoid the Dahan. Skip all explore actions in lands with at least 2, whatever that is, settlers maybe. Skip all build actions in lands. Skip build actions in lands. I don't know if you do all 3 or do you choose. But belief takes root. Are we using these cards or are they being used against us? Yeah, it looks like we use these.
Interesting, though.
There must be so many explorers coming that it takes 90 to 120 minutes to defeat them. You know, think about it. It must build up, and then you have to... And it takes that long to win. Well, this is the last card. All right, so that was the unboxing of Horizons of Spirit Island. Yeah, it's interesting. It still has a time of 90 to 120 minutes. So we'll see how well this does. Because some people are thinking, do I really want to buy this who has the original just to get those new characters?
Right.
For us, we have no opinion right now.
None.
I just avoided the original because of the complexity and playing time. So we'll see if this is too long.
See if I can handle this.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching.
Thanks so much.
Please check out our other videos.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Take care.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.